let's go ahead and talk about how important it is to be number one. Because people put a lot of stock in being number one, and I'm here to tell you that being number one is highly underrated. You know, Seth Godin talked about it in his book, how important it is that we as a society place on being number one. And it's true. We give all the glory to those people who are number one. We like backing winners. You know, occasionally we're going to back an underdog or we're going to root for the little guy, but as a society, now, we're all about being winners. We want to be the best, and we want to be associated with the best. That means when it comes to your Kickstarter project, you've got to figure out how to way to be the best. And what that talks about is carving out a niche that allows you to be number one. Well, like what? Well, you know, one of the great ones out there is somebody decided they wanted to be the number one Kickstarter project for motivational tapes for cats. That's a great way to be number one. They're number one. And if somebody's already in number one in a particular category that you're trying to be, guess what? You can't be better. You can't build a better mousetrap. There's no way to be able to kick somebody out of a spot that they already own. So what you have to do is you have to find a new spot. You have to find a way to be a category that you own. Make it your own. And that category could be, you want to do a documentary. Well, you want to do a documentary about chiropractors and how chiropractors have been pushed down in the medical industry. That's a great way to become number one in that particular content. So think about it. How can I find a way to reach out and be number one? How can I get people to convince them that I'm the best there is? Well, the way to do that is to take your project and find a way to make it associate with people so that they can back a winner. So I got a rule of thumb. Within the first 48 hours, you should look at having your project become 25% funded, because that gives a sense of momentum. People like to back a winner. Yeah, I know that Kickstarter says that if you pledge and the project doesn't succeed, that you're not out anything financially. We're not talking about financial risk here. We're talking about something deeper. We're talking about an emotional risk. An emotional risk that says, I don't want to be associated with a loser. I don't want to be associated with something that fails. That's what stops people from backing your project, when it fails to catch on early. Also, Kickstarter has said 9 times out of 10, if a project can reach 30% of its funding goal, it will go on to succeed. You need to make this your goal. How quickly and how fast can you be successful at reaching those magic numbers? 25% in the first 48 hours, 30% so that you can go on to success. Because here's a rule of thumb as well. When you're delivering a project, you can focus, if you have problems finding your own niche market, identify these 3 criteria. Your project can be faster, you deliver it faster, do it faster. It can be better, your project has a higher quality, or it can be cheaper. You get to pick each one of those. And when you pick two of those 3 projects, you're able to find success. Quicker, better, cheaper. It's the easiest way to become number one in a particular category. After all, as I said, being number one is highly underrated, and everybody wants to back a winner.